Zero. So Edward Muybridge is really important, you guys, all right? And that technique is used. If you want to do really character animation, you have to film someone and put in the background. And instead of putting it as a fixed animation, as a fixed picture like you did for modeling, you put it as an animated background, animated texture, same thing. So instead of having just something not moving, you have something moving. You can just copy the poses. That's it. You're done. So that makes it a lot easier, especially if you have multiple angles. You can see the weight going from one foot to the others, all right, and really switching shoulders and so forth. All right, you guys. Obviously, the more angles you have of that, the better off you are. Okay. Now let's go to the next one. Anticipations. Anticipation is simply a motion that precedes a bigger motion, and that goes most of the time in the opposite ways than the primary motion. It is most of the time like a spring that is coiling itself. It's to prepare momentum for the other motion. Like a baseball player that takes the arm back so it goes forward. You go ready to jump, you go down first to coil yourself and then oops, forward. Alright, that's the main motion. The back down like that is anticipation. Okay? So let's talk about anticipation, you guys, for video game. First of all, do we need a lot of anticipation in video games? No, why?
Because you want that fast movement from...
Yeah, exactly. If you are playing Super Mario, and Super Mario, every time you want to jump because he has something coming, he does down like that and then up, you lose like a half second or a second every time, you'll get killed every time. Alright? That would be a pain to play. I totally agree. Okay? Now let me ask you something a little bit more subtle. Okay? Is there any variation to that rule? Think about it. Do we need to vary to change that rule of anticipation and having no anticipation in video game depending on certain things, on certain situation?
Really tall height.
Okay.
Maybe I picture kind of like a pinball machine almost. Like you're pulling it back and it goes into a transition phase.
Yeah, that's possible. But think about that. Yeah, that's gameplay. You're talking about gameplay. And you are getting closer to that. Let's dig into that more. Well, for the main player, you want it to react right away. Like you turn left, you want the car to turn left right away. Okay. But think about the bad guy. Let's say you have a fight with a bad guy, a boss. Okay. You might want your boss to have a little bit of anticipation. Why?
So you know
player can read it.
Exactly. So you can create some gameplay. So when he's ready to punch you, maybe he's gonna uncoil like that. Hey, you know that he's gonna punch right there. So that gives you some time when he's during the anticipation to go around to actually defend yourself.
kind of like fighters in Punch-Out.
Exactly. Exactly just like that. The more anticipation you put, the more you give opportunity for the others to defend itself. Alright? Remember that. Okay, you guys? So that's definitely a trade-off you need to time with your game makers, with people that makes the rules, okay? Now, secondary action. Now, first, follow through. Okay? Follow through is basically the other end of anticipation. Okay? Follow through is the motion, the overlapping action that you will get at the end of every motion. There is no motion that stops right there. It's not possible. When you give a power or force to something, it needs to evacuate it. Alright, basically. Just like you have the ocean on the sand at the end that dies. You have the wave that comes in, at the end you have the light that whoosh on the sand. That's the follow through, the final follow through. For me, for example, that would be my ponytail. I go fast, I go like that, I stop, you see my ponytail at the end, takes by itself, continue by itself. It's called follow through. Alright, you guys? Like you're punching, you guys, a better example is punching. You punch and then you move a little bit, and at the end you keep going right there before you can keep taking right there. Let me ask you, does follow through has its place in video games? Yes? No?
Yeah, to make the animation more fluid and lifelike.
Yes, it does. For that, yeah, that would work. But do you think we need to put a lot of them? No, we want to put it, it's the same principle that we have with the anticipation. really slight, and mainly if the gameplay demanded.
Like Call of Duty, when you jump off a high place, you sort of stagger a little bit.
Right, exactly, slightly only. Now, follow through is not for defense, for the main players. Follow through, if you put it on the boss, for example, would be for attack. It gives an opportunity for counter-attack, basically, for the player. You have the anticipation right here. The player knows he's going to punch. It goes around. All right, it starts to move on the side. The guy punches, the boss punches, he's got some follow-through, where the follow-through is, instead of stopping right here, it goes like that. That gives you time to actually punch him at that time. All right, so one for defense, anticipation, the other one follow-through, mainly for attack. The more you have follow-through, the more you can take advantage of your adversary. Okay, you guys? The more that guy is going to be easy to kill, basically. It's going to take him time to come back in position. Okay, you guys understand that? All right. There's not that much in video game, frankly, of follow-through. The follow-through in video game, Drew, is replaced by the next principle called secondary action. Okay? A secondary action would be my ponytail, in reality. My ponytail is a secondary action, not a follow-through. All right? The follow-through is the motion that doesn't stop and keeps going. All right? A secondary animation or secondary motion is an added animation that follows the main animation. It's different. Very different, because in reality, if my head stopped right here, I don't have any follow-through. That's perfect for a game, right? Because I don't have the time to do that, and I don't waste any time right here, okay? But that doesn't look so good, okay? To make it look good, you add secondary animation. That would be my ponytail. Because my head is already stopped, so that the ponytail move, that doesn't change anything. That's not going to slow down the game. You guys catch it? It's like secondary animation. The guy is moving, running like, walking like that. We put like his armor going up and down. All right, every time he goes, go up and down like that. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. That's not going to slow down his walking or his running, because it's not part of the main one. It's just a complementary thing. All right, but it feels like it's part of the main one because it's the same thing. It's just another added thing. Okay. So, do you think we can put a lot of secondary animation in video games?
As long as it doesn't weigh it down.
Yeah, it usually doesn't. All right. Yes, big time. That's a big buzzword right now in the industry. Secondary animation is usually used, if I can say that, because it kind of fake anticipation and follow through, especially follow through. It's fakes. Okay, you guys. So that's really big. Now, let's keep going. Let's see. Follow through, anticipation, exaggeration. Yeah, we need to get into exaggeration. Well, exaggeration, just like the word says, you guys, it just basically exaggerate, enhance your motion, make more of it. Okay. So in video game, unless it's required by the gameplay or the style of the game, it's not really necessary. All right, you guys, you don't have much exaggeration unless it's required. Because again, video games are aiming most of the time at being what? Realistic. So exaggeration and realism, not very much so. All right. So, but there's game that requires that, you guys. Okay, now, one more is slow in, slow out. And we talked about it by itself. Slow in, slow out, you guys, is basically the process of starting, picking up your speed, and then you're cruising, and then when you stop, you go down gradually. Okay, it's basically to be gradual when you do stuff. It's not like a switch of a light. When you switch a light, it's on, off, okay? 0, 1. Most of animation are not like that. Most animation will pick up the speed. The light turns green, you push on the gas, it picks up the speed. And you're cruising, the next light turns red, you start braking, you guys, and then it's gradually stopping. All right, you guys? Let me stop my recording right here.